Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 163 of 2024, and I'm continuing the story of Rumpelstiltzkin. What a story. I mean, if that story were at all real, or at all reflected any kind of reality, what a poor reflection on men. First of all, the dad would lie about his daughter and then basically leave her in the lurch with the king to potentially lose her life. And then the king, what a greedy guy he is. Just wants more and more of that precious metal gold. And then this weird miniature fairy-like, gnome-like man that keeps appearing to the miller's daughter and sort of manipulating her, maybe. First the necklace, now the ring, and now her firstborn, if she ends up marrying the greedy king. Well, the strange little man gets to spinning, and spin he does, and of course he spins all the straw in the room into gold. He disappears. The king marries the miller's daughter, thinking to himself that even though she's, well, not quite of his social class, she's the richest woman he will ever find to marry. Time goes on. The miller's daughter, now a queen, has a child. And she loves her little baby, as most mothers do. But in not very much time, who comes to claim that baby? But our strange little man. Now, the miller's daughter, now the queen, had agreed that she would give her firstborn to him if she were to become queen. And now the moment has come, and he tells her that. She offers him riches and anything else that he wants, but please don't take her baby. He says, nothing is more precious to me than a living life like your baby. She begins sobbing. And our weird little man has some compassion for her and says, fine. I'll give you 3 days, and if you can find out what my name is, by the end of those 3 days, you can keep your child. He disappears, and the queen calls servants to her, who are now to bring her lists of names that she might happen upon the name of this weird, strange man. The next day, the little man appears, and she tries out all the names that she's gotten, and none of them work. Now she sends out her servants to collect the names of men throughout all the nearby villages, and in they come with lists, and again, when the little man comes the next day, she reads off all these different names. None of them are correct. Finally, the third day comes. Her servants have scoured the countryside. They have lists of names, but none that are new. One of the servants, though, comes up to the queen and says, I have come up with no new names, but I will tell you this. I was out in the meadow, in the woods, in the meadow, a place where the two met. And off in the distance, as the sun was setting and night was coming on, I saw a fire. And I went there, and I heard a man exclaiming. He had some poem that he made up. Something about, tonight I dance, and merry I make, for tomorrow, the boy I'll make. Or, sorry, tomorrow, the boy I'll take. David, John, Bill, and George. Something about names, and then he says, but you'll never think to call me Rumpelstiltzkin. Well, the servant shared all this with the queen. When the weird man came, the queen tried a few different names on him, and then, might it be Rumpelstiltzkin? Well, the weird, strange little man, of course, got very upset because his name had been found out. And when it was found out, he got so mad, he stomped the ground with his right foot. And being the somewhat magical being that he was, his right foot went straight into the ground. And then it is said that trying to pull it out, well, he split himself in two. Here's the verse that he said as he was dancing. He said, tomorrow I brew, today I bake, and then the child away I'll take. For little deems my royal dame that Rumpelstiltzkin is my name. Well, that's the story of Rumpelstiltzkin and the maiden, as should be the case, who did nothing to deserve any of this strange occurrences happening to her. Well, she not only became a queen, but got to keep her wonderful child that she loved so much, as it should be. Okay, thanks for joining.